What's up guys, it's CJ Lipstrew from Pocketnow.com. In the last HTC Droid Incredible video, we took a look at the Sense interface and HTC widgets. So in this video, we'll be focusing on some of the other features found on the device like live wallpapers, camera and video settings, apps, multi-touch usage, and flash implementation in the browser. So one of my favorite features of Android 2.1 is the live wallpapers. It instantly spruces up the home screen with animated and sometimes interactive backgrounds. It does consume slightly more battery, but for many people it's one of those features where you're willing to give up some of that precious battery life in favor of some eye candy. So the wallpaper I currently have enabled is probably my favorite. It's basically a pond, and when you tap on the screen you can see that it interacts with the wallpaper and has this cool little ripple effect. Also, there are some leaves that float along the water. So let's check out some other wallpapers. We'll go to live wallpapers. The first one is called Galaxy, which I guess is cool if you're into astronomy. And we'll go back to the live wallpapers. This one's called Grass. This one's neat because the blades of grass will actually move like there's a slight breeze, and the background will change depending on the time of day. So when the sun is out, it'll be a light blue color. When the sun goes up or goes down, there'll be an orange tint, and at night you'll see a dark background. So very cool. HTC Sense. This is HTC's custom wallpaper with spotlights that move around and fluctuating colors in the background. Very retro. Magic Smoke. This is one of my favorites too because you have many choices in color combinations. So let's check them out. So again, many choices. This one is for music fans. It actually interacts with your music player, so the needle will bounce around and the wavelengths will fluctuate. Let's actually test this out. I have the music player muted right now, but as you can see it's moving with the beat. Go back to the live wallpapers. Maps will basically put the Google Maps right in your background, and it has a cool factor to it, but it's going to use up more battery because it has to locate where you are. Polar clock, if you want a unique clock on your background. Spectrum, another wallpaper that interacts with your music player. Here's that meter. You can see the needle bouncing around. And waveform, which is a visually loud wallpaper. So those were live wallpapers. Let's actually go to the app tray and check out some of the apps that come loaded on the device. We have a calculator. We have shortcuts to calendar and call history, the video camera which we'll cover later, car panel, which is a finger-friendly way to access some options that you would want in your car. We have footprints for geotagging photos, Google navigation, which has turn-by-turn voice directions, Google voice search, Google Maps, text search, and you can have some calling options. City ID, clocks, Facebook, FM radio. You'll need to plug in a set of headphones to act as an antenna. Footprints, live stream, French Stream I mean, which is your social networking client. The Gmail application, internet browser, mail, Google Maps, Android Market, PDF viewer, your music player, Peep, which is HTC's Twitter client. Quick Office is an application for viewing your documents and spreadsheets and office related items. Google Talk, Teeter is a labyrinth type game. voice dialer is cool because you can make calls and open applications using your voice. Here's a visual voicemail application. As you can see, you can easily play messages just by going to this area of your device. Voice recorder, which has the same interface as the FM radio. Google Voice Search, the weather application, and the standard YouTube application. So some nice applications here. If we go to the Android market, you can see that Verizon has its own little section for VCast apps. Here we have Skype Mobile, which I believe is limited to Verizon customers at the moment. NFL Mobile for football fans. My Verizon is for viewing account information. Visual voicemail, Verizon Wireless Tones for searching and buying ringtones. VCast Media Manager is to manage content between your device and your computer. And the rest look like they're just recommended applications. So those are the apps on the device. Moving on, the Droid Incredible does support multi-touch. HTC has actually implemented a cool multi-touch gesture for easily jumping from one side of the home screen to another. You just pinch on the screen and then you select a different screen. So it's very convenient. Of course, multi-touch is all the rage these days because of the ability to pinch zoom on pictures and in the internet browser. So let's first check it out in pictures. This photo looks good. We can pinch to zoom in and pinch to zoom out. You can also double tap to zoom in and out if you prefer to do it that way. So let's check it out in the internet browser. And here we are at Pocketnow.com, so we can just zoom in, and as you can see, the text reflows nicely with the screen. Here you can double tap as well. So that's pinch to zoom. So let's actually go back to the browser and check out some Flash implementation. I'm going to do this by going to flash.com, and I'll use voice recognition software. Flash.com. As you can see, it filled out flash.com quickly. I'll press enter and load up the Adobe website. Alright, it looks like it's done rendering. Here we have some content below, and some Flash video should start playing in a second. This is over Verizon's 3G network. Alright, so it's not the smoothest, but as you can see, it does play and it works. So let's go home. And finally, let me give you a rundown of the camera settings. The Incredible does have an 8 megapixel autofocus camera with dual LED flash. So we'll give you a glimpse at the settings. Click camera. And here we can set the flash settings if you want it to be on auto, on, or off. You can zoom in easily by pressing that and using the touch screen. This will pull up the picture album. Here we can switch between photo and video. Brightness settings, contrast, saturation, sharpness settings. We can add some effects like grayscale, sepia, negative, solarize in case you want to pretend you're the predator, posterize, aqua, Here we can change some other settings like white balance, camera resolution. Again, it is an 8 megapixel camera. You can set it if you want widescreen or standard. Image quality, timer, geotag photos, metering mode, the review duration, turn on autofocus, shutter sound, timestamp, and grid. Let's go to the video settings. These three are basically the same. Let's go down here. We can record in WVGA, that's 800 by 480, VGA, CIF, QVGA. Recording length, in case you don't want to use up all of your storage recording a really long video. And the rest look about the same. So let's actually take a picture of an object. Going to go to photo, and you just tap on the screen to zoom in, and then you press the joypad button in to take the picture. So there's a shot of that. You can also take the picture by tapping and holding on the screen. Let's try it again. There we go. And we get some extra settings like going back to the camera, deleting, sharing, which we can share with Bluetooth, Facebook, Flickr, Gmail, mail, messaging, Twitter, and Picasa. So some nice features there. So this was part 2 of our software tour for the HTC Droid Incredible. If you missed the previous video, be sure to check out our YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe while you're there. Stay tuned to Pocketnow.com, where we'll soon post a full review of the Droid Incredible, which will include sample pics and video from the 8 megapixel camera. Thanks for watching.